Hello, I'm going to show you how to use something called text to columns in Excel, and what this is going to allow me to do is split information up into separate columns. So if we take this list here at the moment, we have a column called name whereby it's got first name and surname all captured into the same column. Now I might want to, for a variety of reasons, really need that to be first name and surname in separate columns. So rather than having to retype it, what I can do is, if I insert a new column, so I'm going to call these ones, let's go for, first name, and let's call this one last name. So I've given myself kind of the setup that I want it to be. And it's a very important thing. You have to give yourself a column, because text to columns that I'm going to show you next is going to split this into the first name here and the surname there. So whatever you're splitting, you need to make sure there's enough gap for everything to split into. Otherwise, text to columns will just bulldoze over the top of whatever's in its way. Now, how we do this, we highlight over our names like so. Then in the data tab, so we click onto data, we go to the button here called text to columns. Now, text to columns, what this is, it's a wizard. And it's designed to split the information apart how you decide you want it to go. Now, there's two options. You've got delimited and you've got fixed width. Now, fixed width is pretty useless when it comes to what we're trying to do now. But let me show you what it does. If I click onto fixed width and then click next, I can choose to split the information. Can you see it? Certain key points just by clicking. Now the problem with that is it's not really going to work for name, because names are a different length. So if I tried to split, say there, can you see it would work for Adam and Anna, but Annie, no, Cynthia or David, it wouldn't, because their names are a different length. So that might work for anything which is like a product code, etc. But if I click back, the one we're going to use is the one here called delimited. Now, delimited is it's kind of like geek speak for something you're going to use to separate things by. Now, in our case, it goes first name, then a space, then the surname. So our names are delimited by a space. So I select delimited, click next. Now, in this case, I am going to tick space. And can you see as I tick and untick the space, can you see the names of the people down below will either have a line in between them or not? So every time if you tick this, it means it's going to split it on each instance of a space. Now, if we had, say, an email address, we would tick other and then put in this box here the @ symbol, because then it's going to split every single email address wherever there's an @ symbol. But for us, I'll retick space, and then once I'm ready, all I do is hit finish. And can you see it puts those surnames in the separate column to where the first name is there? So text to columns is all about splitting information apart into separate columns. So that is a bit about text to columns within an Excel file.